We're diving into this week some of the myths of forgiveness and forgiving. Another one is that if I forgive, my relationship with this person will improve. The reality is, and I'm a realist when it comes to this, a faith realist, that sometimes that happens and sometimes that doesn't. Sometimes it's just not even possible. Sometimes the person is deceased. Sometimes they're abusers or they're serial offenders. And basically what we're doing when we forgive is we are getting out of our own prison. And that's really important, but it does not mean that necessarily that relationship will improve or that even necessarily that you're going to become best friends with this person. It simply means that I am walking out of my own prison of resentment and bitterness. Another one that goes with that is if I forgive, then I must reconcile with him. And I would say that is the ultimate good in that, but that's not always possible. That's not even always constructive. That sometimes the person is an abuser. Sometimes the person is not even in the area. Sometimes the person is someone that's so heinous, or the things that they do and the things that they say are so out there that you basically just have to walk out of your own prison of bitterness and unforgiveness, but you can't, and it doesn't make even good sense, biblically or otherwise, for you to be able to reconcile and get in relationship with them. And this happens actually quite frequently, that there's somebody that's an abuser. You have to forgive them because it hurts you if you don't. But after you have forgiven them, it doesn't mean that you go to them and try to reconcile or anything like that, because it's not even a thing. It's not something that can happen. Other times in that too, I think it's important to say that sometimes you gotta forgive a whole church, and it's like, what are you gonna do? Go and sit with the whole church? I remember at one point in time, I had this giant resentment against the people of the state of Massachusetts. It wasn't like I was going to sit all of them down and say, hey, can we reconcile on this whole thing? But I needed to forgive them. And once I forgave them, I started to love them. It was kind of an amazing thing. I was a pastor. I was a young pastor there. And I felt like, wow, everybody in Boston is just so cruel and so brash and everything. And I really hated it. And then I forgave the whole state, all of the people. And my heart changed.